Today's video is my top 8 Apex Legends controller players in North America. When putting together my list, there were a lot of top players to choose from. North America performed very well at the 2 recent LAN events, and its controller players are a commonly cited reason for this. Unlike other lists of best controller players, my list is going to be based mostly on objective performance metrics. First, let's consider which controller players had the best team showing at the 2 recent ALGS LAN events. In this table, I list the North American controller players who made the finals of both the Split 2 playoffs and the 2022 championship. I included Dark Zero because they recently moved from Apex South to North America. I weighted the championship at 60% and the Split 2 playoffs at 40%. Jen Burden's team Dark Zero won both LAN events, so he's at the top of my list based on the first criterion. He actually didn't participate in the first LAN event because of COVID, but I think most would agree that not only would his team still have won the first LAN event if he had not contracted COVID, but also they would have performed even better, and they were already pretty dominant at that event. By reputation, Jen Burden is considered to be one of the best Apex controller players in the world. His ALGS performance definitely backs up that reputation. Next, I think I need to put Verholz second on the list based on team performance at LAN and overall ALGS performance with TSM and his former teammates at Optic Gaming. He also had strong individual performance in the finals. TSM's Imperial Hal could have chosen nearly any controller player in the world to be the fragger on TSM after Snipe Down Left for Halo, and he chose Verholz. TSM had immediate success when adding Verholz, winning the North American Split 1 playoffs. Team Liquid placed second at the first LAN event and 12 at the second one. Guild also had good individual performance in the finals. Guild recently left Liquid for NRG. Like with Verholz, Guild was handpicked by Sweet, who is one of the best IGLs in the world, to be the controller player for NRG. Imperial Hal and Sweet are the most established IGLs in North America, so putting Verholz and Guild on my list in the 2 and 3 spots was an easy call.
Who are you chowing? Is that his boxing?
Next, based on team performance, the last player I want to put on the list of best controller players in North America is Panders. He didn't play in the Split 2 playoffs, but his team placed second at the championship, and Furia also had the most points in the finals. Also, he absolutely destroyed the lobby with 23 kills in the finals. My next performance metric is weighted average number of kills per game at both LAN events in the finals. I looked at it on a per game basis since more games were played in the Split 2 playoffs. Again, I weighted the championship at 60% and the playoffs at 40%. Based on this criterion, Guild and Verholz were the best. Naughty from C9 was third. Individually, he played very well at the championship. His team also made it to the finals in both tournaments. My third performance metric is number of kills in the group stage of both LAN events. As a caveat, this metric is biased against IGLs and players who play certain legends. At the championship in the group stage, Nak had the third most kills among controller players, and he was the overall kill leader at the Split 2 playoffs in the group stage. By natural talent, Nak is clearly a top 10 controller player in North America. For a controller player, he also has a very high Apex IQ. However, he doesn't play as much as some of the other controller players on my list, so I feel like he hasn't really reached his full potential. Given that Naughty and Nak are 5 and 6 on my list of best controller players in North America, I think Cloud9 may have made a bad decision by dropping Nak for Albolelli. My fourth metric is the number of kills per game in the NA Region Split 2 Pro League. Again, the overall kill leader was Nak, which further justifies why he is considered to be one of the best controller players in the world. Number 2 among controller players was Yanya. I wasn't as familiar with him, but based on watching him over the last few days, I think I might need to consider moving him up on my controller ranking list in the future. Based on past performance in the ALGS, I have to put at least one of the players from G2 on my list. I decided to go with Designful because he's the IGL, which typically decreases damage and kill stats, yet Designful typically has almost the same number of kills as Gent. If his ALGS performance had not dipped recently, I would have put him higher on my list, perhaps in the 4th spot. So there you have it, my top 8 Apex controller players in North America. Let me know in the comments section who you would add to the list. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe.